Okay, waiting for the face.
Where do I find the stream again? I go to race
Okay,
one.
we live, but you can go. It's fine. We'll be on the group on Facebook. I think I put the link there.
Perfect.
And it should be working. I'm gonna test on my phone.
Are we live now?
Yes, hopefully we are.
Perfect. Well, welcome everyone to this random fun race that we're doing for the day, I guess.
Yes.
Well, no one's going to know who I am, but my name is Dan. I'm going to be co-commentating along with Jose, and hopefully it can go smoothly.
Hopefully, yes. Let's hope so. So yeah, welcome guys. So today is gonna be me and Dan. Dan is the new guy, as you can see, and he's gonna be doing this with me from now on. So yay!
Perfect. This is going to be brilliant. I'm expecting big things from this.
Let's hope so. If not, it's fine the same. No, it's gonna be fine. Dan, thank you very much for accepting this challenge, and well, let's do our best to make this as much fun as possible. But yeah, with these guys normally it's easy because they just go for it. They really like to run.
Well, that's the best type of racers. You just want people who are going flat out all the time, really. And when you have a group of people who are just respectful and all friends, it makes it even better because you know it's going to be some nice, clean racing.
Yeah, well, most of the time I would say so. Yeah, sometimes you have these scuffs here and there, but yeah, these guys, they respect each other. They're good about it.
Yeah, you get scuffs in any sort of racing. It's just a part of a race, really. But
yeah,
I'm expecting big things here. Big things.
They're good. They're good. I'm gonna tell them that there's like 2 minutes to go.
Perfect. And then we'll get... Are we doing qualifying, or is this qualifying? Or...
I think it's qualifying anyway. I think
this is qualifying as well.
I think it is. Okay, you will see a few strange things on the screen from now, but it's only until I actually get the things going. So after the race starts, you won't see this changing. Okay, this is just so I'll be able to type in. Okay, looking at the times, Jill is actually doing 5 seconds and a half better than Miyako Masa. Okay. Let's see.
Well, it's a very long track, to be fair.
Yeah, it's easy to get 5 seconds on a on the track that takes more than 7 minutes to go around, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, when it's this long, 5 seconds around here is probably around equal to a second at any other track.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay. So, Dan, if you need me to jump to some place, just tell me the name of the pilot and I jump, because I can. That's the magic of GT
Will
Sport.
do, mate.
And
can you share the stream in the Facebook thingy?
it should be there.
Where is it? Race.
Should be there, because it should be on the live.
Would you be able to share the link in the messenger chats?
I can try.
Just because I don't think I've actually been added to the Facebook group, I've just realised. Well, we're always going to get some technical difficulties with the first stream.
Oh no,
this is just the first of many.
Exactly. And today is just for us to have a little bit of fun, you know.
Yeah, just to get to know each other and get to know how, well, the racers mainly, see how everything's going to be going.
Yeah.
Of course, the normal league races are GR3, so GR4 is just a little bit of fun.
Okay. Time is almost... Okay, I need to tell them. Go out.
Into Sector 1, perfect.
Okay. On. Off. Up, yeah, I made a little typo there.
A little bit of a spelling error,
yeah.
But I think that works. Yeah, I think that gets the message across.
I think they will understand. And Gilles is first and he's still going for it. Yeah, still using all the time. That's what he does.
Well, I think he's actually going a little bit quicker as well.
Yeah, he can do it. That kind
he
of
definitely
guy.
Seems to be a cut among the best so far.
I'm trying to find. Okay, it's actually live on the group. If you go to R1 Race 1 group, it's live in there. But I can send you a quick link. Okay.
Oh, I have actually found it anyway.
You did?
Right.
Oh,
yep,
great!
I have found it. Perfect
Yay.
timing.
Good.
And it looks like we're getting the race underway as well. Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Okay, I think I have this set up more or less accordingly.
Perfect. Well, looking down the grid, we've got Giles starting in first, me and Kamasa in second, and CRX Respect rounding out the top three.
Denis Jamir fourth, Edu Tegos fifth, 6 Kitty, welcome back Kitty, and Gumsy Zalen. Okay, 7 guys, and the race is off. Yeah,
underway. Everyone's just making a single file line, getting each other slipstream down towards the first corner. And hopefully no aggressive dive bombs off the start. It looks like we're pretty clean going through the first corner. Just what you want.
Yeah, these guys most of the time behave. Most of the time.
Most of the time, that's perfect. We got to have some excitement every now and then, but Giles has been able to hold his lead so far. So far going well for him, and it seems everyone's just followed in position for now.
You will see that sometimes when there's something in play, if you know what I mean, they have to actually risk it, they go for it. But most of the times they leave each other's enough space and things go quite smoothly.
Well, it definitely seems like some respectful racers we've got here, so
they are
definitely some good drivers, and well, I look forward to the moments in which people do have to end up going for dive bombs.
That's so... They don't do it that often because this track is a bit like that, isn't it? If you risk a little bit, you are in the wall.
Oh, for sure. It's basically, well, it's known as the Green Hell for a reason.
Yeah.
One little mistake and it can ruin you entirely. But if we look at the top two right now, me and Kamasa very close to Giles, definitely keeping the pressure on him. Within actually half a second, doing very well right now. Definitely the closest battle we've got on track, with Kitty and Tegoz probably the second closest. Me and Kamasa will be looking for a move at some point. Obviously very difficult to overtake on the Nordschleife track. It's very narrow around here, with some very tight and technical corners. So you really have to wait for your opponent to make a mistake more than anything.
would you think there's a good place for you to try to overtake, or it's just wait
well,
and
right
see?
now I would definitely be waiting for one of the straights, because this section is definitely too tight and twisty to make an overtake. However, if we look further back towards Kitty, he is right on the back of Tegos, literally nose to bumper right now. He's looking for a move, very close to one another.
Okay.
Backed off a little through the little kink in the right-hander, but actually seems to have just backed off out of any sort of action right now, with CRX going off into the gravel.
Oh,
braking a bit too late there, going into the right-hand hairpin, almost tapping the rear of Miyakamasa, in fact.
there we go, replay. Oh.
Yes, it was definitely unfortunate there. Just carrying much more speed than he expected, I reckon, because of that slipstream from the man in second place, and unable to brake in time for the corner.
Okay, it will be nice.
As actually Kitty has got off as well. Kitty, I think, has got a bit too deep into one of the corners and has dropped down into 7th position now.
We can only see the
Green
end
Hell
of it,
very much. Green Hell very much living up to its name right now.
See, there's some damage on the left frontal.
Seems to have repaired itself now. Obviously damage on a light setting for this race, but it can still play a factor. If you get engine damage at any point, that's going to slow you down for a good 20 seconds, and you're going to lose a massive amount of time. And Tegos has spun it. He has just got it onto the grass a little bit, I've seen, and that's completely spun his car around. Very difficult to recover from that situation as well. He's only just got it going again. A massive shame for Tegos, who's now 10 seconds off of the back of Kitty.
You went straight to the wall.
Yeah, it was such a shame there. It's literally a case of touching the grass ever so slightly and it wrecks all the momentum you have and just sends you spinning.
Okay, things are more or less defined. Jill is alone in the front with a Lamborghini. Second, Miyakamasa, about 5 seconds away already. TRX not that far away from Miyakamasa, 1.2 seconds. Dali Jamir is fourth, 3.7 seconds from the CRX. Alan fifth. Alan is our Danish customer, and it's very regular. I like him as a racer. He's keeping the track in the track, and that's a good thing. And it's about 4.2 seconds from Kitty, that is 6th, and Tegos after that little mistake is about 10 seconds from Kitty. Okay.
Perfect. Well, as you were saying about your Danish customer, he actually has been purely making up positions because he's been keeping it on the track. This has been very much a case of people just hitting the grass very slightly and spinning out. It's very difficult to keep it on track and maintain good momentum. But your Danish customer, as we're now going to call him, has been doing it very well so far.
That's the thing about Danish or Nordic people, if I may say so. They are cool as they come, aren't they?
Exactly. We know from the Formula 1 drivers such as Kimi and Valtteri that they very rarely make mistakes.
Although Kimi is not the best example, isn't it?
No, I'm not too sure about that. If we look at the second and third place battle, though, right now, only 5 tenths or so separating the two. This could get very interesting. The two of them about a minute away from the main straight. I think it's 2 kilometers long, that straight, so definitely could be a bit of a slipstream battle going on in the future. But right now, CRX just following along Mian Kamasa. I'm going to get that name right.
CRX is
slipstream on the straight.
CRX is actually Mian Kamasa teammate in the championship, in our GT3 championship. But they both very fast pilots, and they are always up for a good fight. Mian Kamasa is known for sucking the pressure, so let's see how it will handle CRX. Let's see.
Well, CRX is definitely right on the back of Mian Kamasa right now. 2 tenths separating the two. And they're now entering the main straight. This is going to get interesting. As you say, he may be able to suck up the pressure, but with CRX that close, it's definitely going to get interesting here.
Exactly. Let's see what he does. And you can see Gilles a little bit further ahead. 8.2 seconds already.
Well, he's definitely in a league of his own right now.
That'll be fun.
But CRX closing up ever so slightly as we go along the straight. The Audi TT known for its straight line speed. The Scirocco not as much so, but in the slipstream easily able to make a move. And as we look here, he's going down the inside, which will later turn to the outside for the next corner, but he might have made it before the corner has even arrived. He has in fact made it through. A brilliant move there from CRX, just riding that slipstream. And now Mian Kamasa's going to have to follow him through and see if he can make a move back in return.
He did wait for the right time, for the right place, and he did went for it. Well done. As I said, these guys don't risk when they don't have to, and that was clean as it comes.
Yes, it was very much a clean and calculated move there from CRX respect. You could say he was very respectful in his driving,
yeah.
But I expect you've used that pun before.
And Tegos is struggling. I can see he had another little problem. Lucky me.
Very unfortunate for Tegos.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
As has been said before, it's the green hell. It's very difficult to keep it on track as soon as you get onto that Nordschleife section.
That was ugly. Okay, back to the second and third place.
He's managed to recover and it's all good now, but Mian Kamasa will be looking to close up CRX ahead. Going to be difficult, obviously, both of them quite evenly matched on pace.
Miguel, or Mian Kamasa, he won't give up. I've been racing with this guy, I don't know, how can I say 20 years? Maybe a bit more? Ooh, and I know.
That's older than I am.
Yeah, we are kind of
only slightly, but wow.
Yeah.
Well, if you say he's not going to give up, I doubt he will, but at this point, when he's that close to CRX, I doubt he'd be in any minds to give up. He could, well, CRX at any point could make a mistake. And that would be race changing for this. In fact, anyone on the track could make a mistake at any moment. Such is the nature of this track.
Okay, I can see that Alan has 2.1 seconds of penalty, and Tegos it's about 16 seconds in the last position. Unlucky for him. He's fast normally. He won the last race on the championship, but today things are not going his way, isn't it?
Well, I do think the Green Hell is a bit different of a track, to be fair. As Kitty making a small mistake, actually. He seems to have lost about a second on the corners. I think he just clips the grass ever so slightly. But as I was saying, the Green Hell, it's definitely its own type of track. You have people that are fast in every type of track, Monza, Bathurst, Blue Moon, Speedway even. But as soon as they come to the Green Hell, it's just a different animal. It's difficult to keep that same sort of pace.
Yeah, I've seen a few big accidents in this track, you know. People, you know, because almost everybody can drive in the normal Nürburgring, isn't it? So Oh, CRX.
CRX very close to making a mistake there. I see you caught that as well.
he did got a good hold on the car, but he had to you know, correct the car a couple of times really fast. So.
Well, we have had an update to the game recently, and most people have in fact found that it makes the car a lot easier to catch after a bit of contact with grass or something, or slamming on the accelerator a bit too early. People have said it's a bit more easy to actually catch the car and prevent it from spinning out, so maybe that came into play a bit there, but CRX definitely able to keep a good hold of his car and keep ahead of me and Kamasa, thankfully.
I think he's having fun. He's clipping the apex. He's he's
riding the grass a little bit there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick pass. First place, Jill, just having, you know, his own race. 10.5 seconds from CRX. CRX.
A bit of a dominance.
Yeah,
show so far.
That's for sure. CRX is just second place, but Bianco Massa is still in the fight, still very close, about 7/10. Bianco Massa has Danija Miru 15 seconds away, so second and third are very safe to keep more or less those positions. Danija Miru has Alan 2.7 seconds away, so you know, still possible for Lennon to get there. Kitty a little bit further ahead, about oh, I think Danija Miru just had a problem. Yes, and
oh
Kitty's
yes,
gonna pass him.
Kitty's made it past as well. You are correct.
Yeah,
that is 2 positions lost, I believe, there.
And he quite a bit of
shame
time
for him.
And Tegos last place, I'm afraid. That's how the race has been running for him. And okay, back to the front and back to second and third is where the fight is.
Well, it definitely seems as though these two are just going to be the ones battling it out for the entirety of the race. Both are actually in front-wheel drive cars as well, the Scirocco and the TT. Personally, not the biggest fan of front-wheel drive cars myself. What about you? I generally just don't like them too much.
Some people like it. I heard the guys talking yesterday in the group that it fits as a glove for them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm
I know what you mean.
Whatever. I feel comfy. Sometimes I prefer. Depends on the track. Depends on the class. I don't like back wheel, like Porsches and stuff like that normally.
Yeah.
But the 911, the GT3 911 is one of the best GT3s. So normally I'm okay with it. So yeah, I'm going with whatever is fast and works for me. I'm like that.
A lot of people are like that, to be fair. I just never personally have been able to get the hang of the front-wheel drive cars. I find you accelerate and suddenly you're not turning as much, but the guys in second and third definitely able to keep a better handle of them than I would be able to. Currently going very quickly, just following each other through the Nordschleife section. Very close to one another, and it looks like we might have another slipstream battle going on to the main straight again.
Yeah.
Could this be me and Kamasa's opportunity to move back up into second place?
Do you like
CRX running a little bit deep there, actually?
Yeah,
Kamasa closing up.
Do you like to have people on your back?
Oh, I never. If I could run my own race just away from anyone else, I would do that every single time. As in fact, CRX has opened the gap up very slightly through that complex of corners, and actually, me and Kamasa may be out of slipstream range. That could be the gap CRX has been looking for, because getting out of slipstream is very crucial around here.
You know, I did that before. He has a little mistake and then he's able in 2 or 3 bends to be able to kind of make up for it. So I think that's really going well for him. It's able to defend the position easily.
Yes, agreed. It's definitely, well, it's helped him out here a lot, because if he hadn't have done that, Massa could have been able to go for a move into that final complex of corners before they move back into the Grand Prix section. But so far, CRX able to hold on to second place. And we'll have to see on the final lap. Yep, we'll have to see on the final lap whether me and Kamasa can have a fight back to get second or not. Definitely the fight to watch in this race, though. The two have been very close to one another the entire time.
Today we have a smaller grid because it's only a fun race. To be honest, between you and me, we did it more so we get to know each other.
No, that's understandable.
No,
I mean, it would be a bit weird if I just suddenly showed up and I was a massive jerk or something. But this way, at least we know that I am not a massive jerk.
I don't think that's the will never be the case in consideration. But yeah, these guys like to race, that's for sure. But so we kind of used that a little bit so we could, you know, enjoy a little bit and you know, and see how it goes. I can see that.
Yeah, get to know one another and get to know our commentary style, and I think it's going very well so far, to be fair.
I can see that. Yeah, it's been okay. And Mianco Massa, is it a bit closer?
He's definitely a bit closer, but he's reaching the area of the track where it's going to be very difficult to go for any sort of overtaking move. Now entering the Nordschleife, which is definitely going to be very difficult if he wants to get a move done here. He'll have to wait for quite a while to the next main straight.
Would you back up, or you would keep the pressure, maybe waiting for a mistake from CRX?
If I was me and Kamasa, I would just try to maintain a good 7/10 gap, or 8/10 or so, just to let CRX know that I'm still there and I'm waiting for a mistake. Because if you're too close to someone's bumper, you yourself generally find you're more prone to a mistake. But if you sit at around a 7/8 gap, you've got, well, you can see everything you need to. You can see all your braking zones and everything, and the person in front still knows that you're ready to make a move at any point.
Okay, Dan, I'm gonna do a quick pass on the grid. So Gilles, on his own, waving to the people in the stands. 14 seconds away. CRX, 1.3 seconds after Mianco Massa, still fighting, still there. Alan comes 27 seconds away, keeping his fourth position, mainly because he's been doing things right. He's not risking too much, and you know, just
he's
waiting
been staying
for
on track and keeping it clean. Yeah,
exactly.
He's been doing well, to be fair to him.
Kitty fifth, about 8 seconds from Alan, and 6 seconds away Dani Jamiru, and then Edu Tego 17 seconds away from Dani Jamiru. He recovered a little bit to Dani Jamiru, but you know, still a long way. Okay, back to CRX.
Well, I think for a second, in fact, these two definitely seem to just be in a stage where they're going to be following one another. I reckon we should look at Gilles just for a second. Just
Gilles, why not?
See how he's getting on. See what he's doing to get this massive 15-second gap.
I'm actually
the guys in second and third.
I scheduled for inside the camera, inside, or meaning to a front camera.
Oh, perfect. Well, it's definitely been a blinder from him so far. He's been gaining a good 5 seconds a lap. In fact, more so than that. He's been very handy behind the wheel of that Lamborghini today.
I think when you have a good pace, you know the car, you know the track, you're not feeling pressure from anyone, you know you're fast, you just go for it, you just have fun. Gilles is a very fast guy, you know, he's been proving that every race he has a chance. It's a shame he didn't run on the last championship, but we're gonna have him next week in the Tegos team.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but you should definitely look back at the second and third battle for a second.
Okay.
Me and Kamasa right on the rear of CRX. Ooh. And with the two of them on the straight now, me and Kamasa actually looking down the inside now. He's gone for the move, and in fact it has turned out for him. He's got the move done before the next corner. And me and Kamasa back up to second place, just carried more speed, but all very close to drifting wide there, but he's handled that perfectly. And now me and Kamasa nearly a second ahead of CRX. He may be able to pull away just enough to get him out of the slipstream come that main straight. But a brilliant move from me and Kamasa, very opportunistic, very fair, very clean. And yeah, brilliantly done from him.
Yeah, as I said, he was waiting. He was just waiting for that little mistake or the opportunity to go for it. And as you see, very clean, very in touch where the other guy is, and that's it. It's done. Brilliant move.
Well, it's a difficult track to give someone room when they're on the outside, but the two of them have done that brilliantly here. And it's definitely turned out very well for me and Kamasa. CRX will hopefully be able to challenge him again come the next few set of corners, or maybe the main straight again. He's just got to keep in touching distance. We've generally seen he's been very strong in those last few corners. So maybe he will be able to make up some ground there before the main straight. But in fact, he has made a bit of a mistake there, getting a bit of a slide on, touching the grass ever so slightly. And that's dropped him to around 1.3 back.
I think it's the second mistake I see after Mianco Massa passed. So I think he's kind of accusing a little bit like, okay, this guy did this to me and now I have to go back to him. Yeah, it's playing a little bit on his head.
Yeah, he's definitely having to push a bit more now because he realises he's got to make that move because this is the final lap of the race. But when you're pushing so hard like that, it can be very difficult to actually keep it on track, especially at a track such as this. But CRX currently 1.6 behind me and Kamasa. It looks as though me and Kamasa is going to have second place in the bag right now. But there could be some late drama. We'll have to see what happens.
Okay, I just did a quick pass just to show everybody. And me and Kamasa...
Oh wait, no, me and Kamasa massively off there. And that's going to give CRX a massive chance down the main straight.
Oh mate, that's
CRX
how it is.
Only 5 tenths behind. Oh, this is going to be a brilliant move here. CRX going around the outside now. Me and Kamasa ruining that mistake, just wishing he could have held on, but unfortunately he's made that mistake. But the TT with more power is actually fighting back. He doesn't even have any slipstream, but the TT just more powerful has actually moved back ahead. CRX is going to have to duck back into the slipstream and see if he can go for another move.
And
as Shile has already won the Grand Prix.
He was so far ahead. Sorry, Giles. Sorry, Gilles. Well done, mate. Well done. Okay, let's go back to these guys. We were a bit distracted there, but me and Kamasa looks like he's got it going up to the line. Ah, a brilliant fight for the lead there, for second place, sorry. But me and Kamasa has emerged in second. A brilliant job from him. And well done to CRX as well. Unfortunate that he couldn't hold second once he'd gained it. But the two of them having a brilliant fight. I almost told you, just remind me that we are almost getting to the end. But then I got so gripped on the action, and who can blame me anyway?
Well, I do have to apologise to Gilles, or Gilles, because we did miss his win entirely, but I think we can be forgiven because we had some epic action for the second and third places there.
Alan Ford, Kitty's 5th.
As it looks like Daniel Jamiro not going to make it to the line. Oh wait, no, he might just make it. 3 seconds left. Oh, I think he's just a bit short of time. Oh, very unfortunate.
Oh.
Unfortunate for Dan Jamiro. Would have wanted to finish that race, but either way, a brilliant fight there for second and third, and a brilliant race overall, I have to say. But Gilles has emerged victorious. Pole position, fastest lap, and a clean race. You can't ask for more, really, can you? A brilliant job from him.
Yeah, I did told you that even with the reduced grid, we would have some kind of fun somewhere, because these guys, they just do it. They just go for it anyway. Bianco Massa did risk, he tried to get some more distance so the Gilles wouldn't get on his slipstream, but then he had that little mistake, didn't he? And Gilles, in my opinion, he went too soon for it. Maybe he should have waited a little bit more in the slipstream and then wait a little bit more towards the end of the straight and then try his luck. But
well, it was definitely unfortunate, especially considering CRX in a very difficult car to overtake in a straight line, especially considering me and Kamasa in the TT a much faster GR4 car when you're going down that straight. The Scirocco not quite able to keep that top speed. But either way, both of them finishing on the podium, they can be proud of the battle that they have had today. It has been brilliant to watch.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And next week we're gonna have the proper championship and the proper race. Although this for me is proper enough. Any last thoughts about before we say see you next week?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me, and I look forward to commentating on the real championship and not just a little fun race around the Nordschleife. I think it's going to be a great series to commentate on, and yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No, mate, you're more than welcome. More than welcome. And yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I feel a different energy anyway. You know, it's always nicer when we can, how can I say, share and see more things. It's easy.
Well, we definitely make a great team, I have to admit.
Super. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say goodbye, guys. See you next week with the GT3 Championship in Interlagos, if I'm not mistaken. So, see you there.
We'll see you there. Bye, guys.